ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Detroit Lions. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Play action. It's gone. Rush coming in. He's taken down. That's Anthony Barr coming in from his linebacker spot to bring him to the ground. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at third down. That's another time to try and go and get the quarterback, too.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Benson. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Goff now to throw. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big play there on the catch and run.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
Now Goff on first down. He'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. And Charles, for this defense, yeah, they're a confident bunch. Some may say maybe too confident at times. How do you think that they approach a game like this when they're taking on a team that's lost 4 straight?
Well, if they're anything like their head coach, you know.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Levi Onwuzurike able to record his 5th sack of the season. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. To throw is Cousins. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
To throw again on 2nd down. Goff. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing on third. Gone. It's caught on the right side. Williams. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that'll bring up fourth down. Jack Fox out to punt here on fourth down. This is taken around the 12. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of the game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off the play fake, Cousins. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at the 41-yard line. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And, oh, he took that in one-handed. Touchdown, Detroit. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized depth. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
A big loss on the play.
Back near the goal line, Cousins. They're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
That's a gain of 10.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
At the 37-yard line.
Go off a handoff here to Swift. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
action. Here's Goff. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Now a throw here to his running back. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Swift. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
Back to throw, Goff. Looking for Hawkinson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Detroit. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions add on to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now 21-0.
Vikings nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
1st and 10. At their own
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Oh, nice move. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. From the gun, here's Cousins. Steps away. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Romeo Okwara. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Mon looks to throw. Forced out to his... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Romeo Okwara able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Jordan Berry now. Standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Throw caught by Raymond. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Lions have recovered. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Touchdown! 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff. And the Lions continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off near the 42. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
8 yards on the big
On second and a couple. Goff. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. There he goes, left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this run.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
And a fresh start for DeAndre Swift and his teammates with this brand-new coaching staff. And they believe he can be a three-down back. They want to get him in space against linebackers. 46 catches his rookie year. They expect that number to get into the 60s.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Now a play fake, and it's gone. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Goff. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, A lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll make it second down. From the gun, here's Mon. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 28-yard line.
After the interception, here's Goff. Open man is Raymond. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Now Goff. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him.
And in for the Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah.
My bad, guys, my bad.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
4 yards remain for second down. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Third down.
Let's get it. Right there.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And Swift is not going to get there as they stop him short of the yellow line. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Patterson's kick is good. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll roll him out right. That's to Cook out of the backfield. Cook a first down and more as he'll take it all the way up to the 20-yard line. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Off the play fake, Mond. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense.
What I'm talking about.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Cook following the penalty. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line.
Ifitu Melifonwu on the tackle. Brings up 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
It's 4th down.
Here's Mond. They're going for it. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mond now off of play action. Throw left side complete. That's Osborne. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
2nd and 1.
On 2nd down now. It's Cook. Powering forward. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings feature back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. 2nd in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards, and that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Mond out of the shotgun. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They go play action here. Mond sliding out of the pocket. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 26. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here, and the second half, that got done.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together Charles. He's got a man, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
2nd and a yard.
Check 13. Check 13.
Mon going to throw it. They'll dump this off to Cook. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Powers through him. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected.
And shedding the tackle and now some room. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
12 more yards. That's enough.
Here's Mon. He'll buy some time right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the...
And now here's another interception. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this 3rd quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
It's 3rd down.
Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. He gets this complete to Cephas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
I'm here all day.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. And even 100 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
Now you won. Get in the weight room.
Once again, it's Swift. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Touchdown! Khalif Raymond, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. Oh, good return up past the 30.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. 7 yards to pick up there. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
1st and 10.
Mond looks to throw on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
2nd and 4.
2-3rd Smith. It's a pickup of 6.
Now Mond. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Romeo Okwara able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Vikings on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
On 1st down, Swift. And some room to work. 134 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front. Say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
2nd and 10. At the 12-yard line.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The quick slant caught.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. And they'll indeed take a knee. The Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Detroit, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.